Hey, so today we're going to, it's been raining recently a lot, and we're gonna try and harvest some of these radishes. It looks like some of them are starting to crack, so we're gonna try and get some. Not all of them are ready, but some of them are, as you can tell. So these are some of the first things that we've grown. Radishes are really fast growing, so if you want something that you want to see a fast result on, radishes would be your go-to. So let's go and see. Got our handy basket here, and I'm just stepping where I know we haven't planted. So you can see right here, this radish. Oh, we don't step on that.
Step on the garlic.
Okay, so you can tell almost pretty much ready. And all you do, you want to pull it, Lori? All you do is just pull it out and then just twist off the end.
Wow, that's a nice radish.
Ooh, radish.
You want to try pulling this one, Lori?
It's a perfect radish right there. Wow, look at that one.
Now this one got a little crack there, so we were a little late in pulling it, but that's okay. It's still good. All right. Lori, you want to pull this one?
Yes.
Just don't step on this. Step right here. There you go. So it looks like we got 3 so far, 3 good radishes. This one looks like it's ready as well.
Wow, look at that fat one. That one was mostly under the ground.
Yeah.
It looked like a little red tip there, and we pulled it out. Look how big that is. So always check them, even if they're not huge on the surface. They might be huge underneath the dirt.
Here, I'm not gonna go in there. Yeah, I'm gonna go in there.
I don't know, this one might be ready. It's just small.
Yeah, maybe we'll wait for that one.
This one's pretty small too. Sometimes they don't get big. Sometimes they just get small and skinny. So we'll see. The ones here, as you can see, the leaves were a lot bigger compared to the ones that are still down there. So they don't all grow at the same speed, even though we planted them at the same time. So there you go. There's our radish harvest.
Wow.
Next, we're gonna go and harvest some kale and some lettuce.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so now we're here with the lettuce, and as you can see, it's growing up really fast since the last update we made. Lettuce is one of those crops that grow really fast, so if you want to see another fast result, lettuce would be your next step after a radish. So this is our first time growing the lettuce this big, and actually it's surviving without an animal eating it. As you can see, there's some brownish on here, but that's pretty normal. It's not a lot of the plant, so overall the plant has grown really good. And we don't bug spray any of this stuff, so there's gonna be some bugs on there. I'm gonna start cutting like this one right here. I'm not saving it. I'll probably just give this to the chickens. And when you're out gardening, it's always good to have a nice basket, especially later on when you have a lot of harvest. Sometimes one basket won't be enough, so that's a good thing though. And for the lettuce, we're just gonna cut around it because we do want it to continue growing. So I'm just cutting the outside leaves in towards the inside. As you can see. And we'll have some nice fresh lettuce. There you go, that one just came right out. Is that good?
You want to say something? And we're still cutting that lettuce. So you see we cut it down here, not all the way down. Because what you want to do, there's those little crowned areas right there where the smaller lettuce is growing. You don't want to sever that, or else you might endanger the plant from just not growing back at all. So cut off all the larger leaves, all the ones that are pretty much fully grown and the greenest, and let those smaller leaves grow more, and you won't kill the plant. So they'll just continue to grow. So that's something to just remember for the future if you're growing some lettuce. You know, there's certain plants that you could just slice the whole thing and it'll grow back, but this isn't one of those varieties. You have to be careful. This is the romaine, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. We're growing all the romaine here, and you just don't want to cut those smaller leaves in the middle. Just take off the larger ones so you can keep your plant going. All right. Lori's helping with the lettuce.
Now whatever we don't keep, it always goes to the chicken. So that's another thing to keep in mind, that you know, we grow a lot because we know that this year, especially since we had a lot of time, we planted more than we needed because we knew that some stuff was not gonna make it, it was gonna die. Some stuff, if it went bad, we can give it to the chicken. So it's chicken food. You know, we don't waste it.
No, we don't waste food.
That's right. Now it is tempting just to slice it off and make it look so nice in a bag, but we want ours to keep on growing, so we're just cutting leaves. All right.
We cut a lot of kale.
That's lettuce, sweetie.
I think we did pretty good for no bug spray.
Yep. Yeah, and so for a lot of you out there, if you're wondering, we don't use pesticides or any kind of bug sprays or anything on our garden. Everything's pretty much just raw, done. We grew them inside the greenhouse. When they got big enough, we planted them in the ground, and we just added some good dirt. But we do not spray or use any chemicals out here, you know, for obvious reasons. We want to be able to grow as clean as food as we can, and you know, we have kids. We don't want them to, you know, come out here and, you know, pick some things and start eating them, because we all like to do that sometimes, and there's chemicals on them and they get sick. So we don't use any of those things. And one of the things to remember is that if you're using chemicals on your plants and you're spraying them, you're not just killing the bad bugs, but you're killing the beneficial ones as well. Might be one of the reasons why there's so many less bees flying around here that they're talking about, because probably all the things that we're spraying are killing them. But we don't use any of those things. You know, even if the bugs claim a couple leaves, that's fine. We still have plenty, even after, you know, some bugs get a hold of things. So basically they get their part and we get the vast majority of it. So it's not a big deal. We're just trying to do things safe.
All right, so our next harvest is going to be our kale. Now Lori just went and she's gonna feed the chickens the leftovers, whatever we didn't use, lettuce. So she's pretty helpful when it comes to that. We haven't done a video on our chickens yet, our egg layers yet, and we do have one turkey. So we'll do a video on that later on. So next we're gonna talk about kale. So we planted kale last year and it was inside our garden bed. Now we left it there all winter and we wanted to see what it did, and it came back. So we'll show you that, and we're probably gonna leave all of these here again this year throughout the winter, and hopefully they'll come back like the ones in the garden bed. All right, so now this is the kale that we grew last year. We left the stumps pretty much, whatever there was nothing really. There was no leaves on there, it was just a trunk of the kale. The chickens were in here and they picked at it, and all winter long pretty much it was dead. And we just left it there because we just wanted to see what it did. And here it is, it's back and it's huge. And it even had some seeds in there. Looks like Brandon cut them down.
Yep.
So we're gonna harvest some of this today, and we may harvest some of the one that we planted this year as well. So a lot of the stuff that we do, sometimes it's just experimental. So like this one, we just wanted to see what it did. We don't know, and it came back. So that's good.
And one thing we want to add as well, it tastes really good still. I know it's one of the plants that you're supposed to regrow every year, but all these large leaves here, everything we've cut off, it still tastes really good. There's no difference in the taste at all. So just in case you might be thinking about that, it's not really that good at all to have it a second year out here growing. It still tastes amazing. It is really good. These leaves are really healthy, and they're just gonna keep on growing larger. So we're just gonna, this is really, like Marina said, an experiment. We're gonna let it just keep on growing and just see what happens. And one of the things to keep it growing that you can do is these seeds right here that were growing off the top. First the plant flowers and then its seeds. I cut all those off to a certain point, and then it just keeps on growing out. So you're pretty much stimulating growth when you're chopping all those seeded things off. So just continue to do that. Like I said, this is an experiment. So look at that kale, Lori. Those are tiny leaves. And over here, these are the biggest ones. Over on this side here, here's some more. Right here. All come back, nice leaves.
So today we are started cutting the lettuce, and we're gonna put the lettuce in the basket. So we're just looking at them, and we pulled those things out, and we just gardening stuff, and we picked them out.
Okay, good job, sweetie. Yeah, we're picking them all out. And then what are we gonna do with all that?
Cook them.
Yeah, we're gonna cook them and eat them.
Now Brandon does a really good recipe with kale and just olive oil, and he just sautés it, and then we add garbanzo beans. And before I met Brandon, I had never had kale before, and I believe it was his mom that cooked us some the first time that I had some.
Yeah,
and it was just amazing. And I was like, I can't believe I have never had kale before. It's like candy to me. It's like the green candy. I can just eat it up. So that's why we decided to grow kale. Kale is one of our favorites.
It is.
Yeah, those are one of our favorites.
Yeah.
So all these plants are growing. So I'm going to get the tomatoes, and I'm gonna eat them.
Yeah.
Those are my favorites.
Yeah, the tomatoes are your favorite, huh?
So as you can see, we're getting a lot of harvest today, and this one here is just from last year. So if you're looking for something to grow, we didn't protect it over winter. There was nothing over it. It was just sitting there all winter long. We didn't do anything. We didn't water it. We didn't do anything to it over the winter. Okay, so low maintenance. It'll grow back. It gives you more food throughout the year, and it's just, I mean, you can tell all the abundance that we're getting from it. And now I'm just going around and clipping the leaves off of it. I'm trying not to take the main trunk because that's where they grow from. So and a lot of the stuff that we're gonna show on our channel is just experimental, everybody. We're not experts on this. We don't, you know, we're just trying. We're just trying to do what we like, and this is what we like, and we're trying to grow food that we like so that we can have a little bit of independence there, especially in these times where a lot of people are scared about the food scarcity. So
yeah.
Dad, you just knocked my basket down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now it's so dirty.
Oh no. It's okay, we'll clean it off. What do you got in there? Oh, you have an applesauce in there, huh?
Yeah, so don't make hungry outside.
Okay, that's your snack for outside.
Yeah, so don't be hungry.
Okay.
I taking my picnic outside.
You were getting the larger leaves?
yes, so I'm picking out the larger leaves. The ones that look like this, so these ones, I'm not sure, they look kind of different, maybe they're not done. These right here are still kind of small. So as long as they look like this, a little curly on the outside, I'm picking those.
And we might at one point, you know, shoot a video of, you know, some kale recipes. I've gotten questions from some people in the past, you know, how do you cook kale? Because you can burn it if you cook it too high of a temperature, you cook it with the certain things, you could burn it real easy. But there's quite a few recipes that you could do with kale, make it taste really good. If you cook it the right way with olive oil, the kale will actually come out really easy. Okay.
All right, so here's our final product. We have, we're showing here, sisters. So this is all of our kale. We have the lettuce in here that we harvested, and then we have the radishes that we harvested. So we'll probably have like a little salad here with our lettuce and radishes, and then just add some more stuff to it. The kale will definitely have a recipe for that with the garbanzos and everything. There's plenty of it. Now kale does shrink, so just so you know.
Yep, cook plenty of it.
Yes.
And we'll do a video on cooking kale, but if you want to do a good recipe, you gotta cut a lot of kale because it does shrink quite a bit.
So thank you all for watching. Once again, a handy basket, especially when you start to get your produce, is very, very good idea to have. So have some scissors or some clipping tools and a nice basket or a container for you to put all your harvesting. All right, y'all have a good day. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.